grew up Christian. Um, Called my grandfather, just freaking the fluff out, and he's like, child, you need to stop living your life according to what somebody else, and we both know who I'm referring to, he was referring to my mother, wants for you. Because if you continue living your life according to what she wants, you are going to be miserable and you are going to make everyone around you very miserable. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, so I know you. You're a good person. I know that so long as you live your life and are a good person, an honest person, and don't kill anybody you aren't ordered to, Navy joke, um, I will see you again on the other side. And I'm like, is that you giving me your blessing? Yes, you go do what you need to do for yourself. Set my feet onto this path, have not looked back. Yes, I do occasionally go to midnight mass at the local Episcopal church because that's grandpa. I feel like I'm closer to him there. Otherwise, coming up on 30 years, I've been reading tarot cards. I think this deck was bought around Valentine's Day of 96. This is my unicorn deck that I use as my daily deck. Oh, great. That wasn't what I wanted. So that's and I'll show you one of the cards. I love this deck. I absolutely love unicorns, have since I was a kid. I grab judgment. But see, it's unicorns. And I've had a thing for them since I was a kid. Spotted this deck at it was either Borders, Barnes and Noble, or Starcraft's Ocean Beach, the little craft shop that we would go to, and couldn't resist them. And then I've been practicing off and on since then. Really got back into my practice around 2015. So about 10 years ago. And then the yoga came along. I am enrolled in the Women's Trauma and Recovery Clinic here at the Seattle VA. My ex-mother-in-law had suggested while I was pregnant that I try yoga. I did, tried it at home, was terrified I was going to hurt myself. So I rolled the mat up, put it away, did not touch it again for like 8 years. I was invited through the VA to participate in the mindfulness-based stress reduction program, which was created by John Kabat-Zinn back in Boston, I want to say. I can't remember which college he's at. But part of that program was some simple basic yoga. I loved what we were doing there. Found out that the Women's Trauma and Recovery program had a yoga class every week. Since I was already part of the clinic, I could get in easily. I enrolled in the class. I wasn't even halfway through my first class, and I decided I wanted to teach it because of how good it made me feel. And then my incubator talked me out of it. So I put that dream away, kept doing yoga regularly with the clinic. And then, oh gosh, 2013-ish, my VA decided that, there's no proof that yoga helps veterans with PTSD, so we're going to stop offering it. So I lost my yoga. And in 2022, I made the decision that by the time I turned 45, I would at least be enrolled in my yoga teacher training. My classes started October of 22. I turned 45 January of 23. I graduated yoga teacher training with my 200-hour certification on Father's Day of 23, and Yoga with Dai was born. Yoga with Dai Lin, technically. And the way we ended up with Dai the Yoga Witch, I was setting up my Patreon And I'm like, "What can I offer at the different levels?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, if you sign up at this level, you'll get a free 3-card reading a month or a pendulum reading. At this level, you'll get a reading and a spell." And I'm like, "Where the hell is the witchy stuff coming from here?" Yes, it's what I know, but it's not, "Oh, well, we're just gonna run with it." And, well, it took off like wildfire. The yoga stuff has kinda slipped to the wayside some, because I am now focusing more on the other 7 limbs of Patanjali's yoga. There are 8 limbs, and the first 4 are the yamas, which are your, um the yamas and niyamas are essentially the 10 commandments of yoga. They're your do's and don'ts, your lifestyle, and your morals and ethics. The third limb is pranayama, which is breathing. The fourth limb is asana, which is what everybody thinks of when they think yoga. You know, the poses of the woman standing in dancer pose on a cliff. Never going to see me doing that. My balance is not good enough. I would go nosediving over the cliff. But and then the rest of it is meditation, and because what asana is for is to essentially tire your body out enough, get the wiggles out so you can sit in deep meditation for hours and hours and hours and reach enlightenment. And I am working on making sure that people understand that there are those other limbs, that there is more to yoga than asana, and bringing the witchy stuff into that because they work so well together. I mean, hell, this week, my Sanskrit word of the week is Shanti, which is amazing for this time of year. Shanti is inner peace. And this week, well, next week, we are working on cultivating inner peace and working with relationships. And as someone who has gone no contact with my family of origin, I felt it was really appropriate. And I'm actually right now, what I've been doing today is creating all of my content for next week. And I have 3 blogs. One is witchy, one is yoga, one is combined. I have Patreon, Substack, Buy Me a Coffee, Tumblr, and then all of the various social medias. And I have an account on just about every social media account there is, or platform there is, because back when my 22-year-old was a toddler, I worked for a mommy website, and the owner, I was staff there, and the owner wanted all of us on the staff to belong to every social media site there was so that we could promote the website. Actually, they do now. I the Women's Trauma Recovery Program leader absolutely loves me because I sent her an email saying, "Hey, you might want to show the higher ups there this." And I sent her like 5 different links, one from the National VA, one from like Johns Hopkins or the Mayo Clinic, and another one that was another, legit resource. All of them showing that PTSD and yoga are a good mix. What goes along with a sangha? I think you mean asana. Asana, the asana are poses. Um, and what do you mean by what goes along with? That is, I love the fact that some high schools are offering yoga as their PE class. I know one of the local community colleges here have Zumba and yoga as their PE electives, which is awesome. And you guys were asking about Yule. Do I say Happy Yule, Merry Christmas, or whatever? Honestly, I tend to default to Happy Holidays because from the end of November through my birthday, New Year's, there are like 30 holidays that are celebrated. So it's just easier to say happy holidays. Now, if someone says to me, Merry Christmas, I'm saying the same thing back to them because I understand that we are a predominantly Christian country. That does not mean that, everybody is Christian. It just means most of us are. But I also grew up as a little kid in a small Republican town in Southern Oregon where we said happy holidays because we had a lot of Jewish families in our town. And I was taught you say happy holidays. It incorporates Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's. What other practices are healthy along with asana? Okay. Pretty much any. Um my focus is mostly yoga, meditation, mindfulness. I really need to work more on the mindfulness. Otherwise, yeah, asana works with so many things. Which which other practices are healthy? Yeah. Also something that I don't abide by. I'm a very bad yogi here. Vegetarianism is or veganism is popular because the very first um yama is ahimsa, non-harming, and many many people translate that to not harming the animals to eat their meat, and it has been explained to me by someone who cannot be vegetarian or vegan, they have to have meat, is if you are going to do more harm to yourself by not eating meat, then by all means eat the meat. I know someone who has problems processing B vitamins if they don't come from beef. So that person needs to eat beef. Sugar and caffeine. We're supposed to go easy on those. You're right. Again, unmedicated ADHD. If I'm not caffeinated, y'all can't stand me. I'm talking very slow. Got your own tarot deck, but you choose not to use it. I have within reach of me right this second, I have one oracle, one tarot. Okay, two tarot decks, an oracle deck there, a tarot deck there, and another oracle deck down there. I have like 6 decks within easy reach. And then, oh, you can't see the shelf. I have another shelf over here behind me that has 10, 12 decks, and that's not counting the Seasons of the Witch decks. Yoga, meditation, journaling, and dancing. That sounds like a really awesome program. That is true. It's not that I chose to stop taking my ADD meds. They just don't work for me. I wish they did, or they did for a while, and then I would miss a dose and they'd stop working. Or they'd work for a while and then just not. My body is weird with medications. Because see, I also deal with a bunch of chronic illnesses. I am what we call a spoonie. Spoon theory, chronic illness warrior. We use spoons to describe units of energy, similar to spell slots for those who play RPGs or the like. And I have a few of my conditions that require medications and just make all kinds of things interesting. Had ADD meds and everybody wanted them. See, I don't get it. I don't get why people want to take because they do nothing for me. I might as well be taking sugar pills. And my mom used to feed me coffee to make me sleep. But, she didn't know I was ADHD. Right.
Could you tell them about your time because you're a veteran, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so cool. Wow. How many years were you like, and what was like your
10
position?
months.
Wow.
I was active duty for 10 months. Because a very, very, very bad thing happened to me about 6 months in, and I reported it. Got sent to psych to discuss it, and the psychologist decided, even though she knew I was already currently married to a fellow sailor, she put in my records that she recommended discharge because my medical care was going to cost the Navy too much money. Had she thought about the fact that I was married to a fellow service member, that would have meant the Navy was paying my medical care anyway. But so I got put out after 10 months, but I will never regret it. I loved it. I My regret is that I didn't make the Navy band the way I wanted to. I play multiple instruments. Wanted to go Navy band, but I came out of the Navy with some really amazing friends. And my children's dad. I would not have any of my kids had I not joined. Um, and I wouldn't be here. I would not be sitting here. Because I would have self-deleted many years ago. Um, because that was not the first time that had happened to me. I'm trying not to get too dark and gloomy, but I have survived some shit in my life. But 10 months, I was trained as a radioman, radiomans and data processors, radiomans, wow, die, radioman and data processors combined just before I got to A school. So I was still technically a radioman. By the time my ex husband came back to San Diego from Naples, Italy, we were now ITs. So our rating is now information systems technician. And then the man behind the curtain, my husband, um, he had an IT type business, and I ended up getting roped into that. They do. Um, and so yeah, I've done computer stuff since I was 17. Oh my god, that is 30 years. Wow. So yeah, and I had been gods for years. Now, mind you, I was that teenager that when I wrote letters and notes to my friends, um, I would, draw the little cross with the lights coming, with the streaks coming out of it, signing them "God bless" and all that shit. Yeah, I am a Capricorn. So I was that girl, and then it's like a switch flipped overnight. I went from being the uber Christian girl to being super witch. And I finally, God, late 20s, settled down. And that was about the time that the incubator looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Did you choose your religion just to piss me off?" "No, Mom, my life does not revolve around you that much, even though you think it does." Did not say it, did think it. Just looked at her and said, "No." This is the path I'm on because this is where I feel most at home and most comfortable. Yeah, yeah. She did drop it at that point, but oh my god. And then the band behind the curtain and I got together in 2011. I moved here to this house in 12. And I want to say he built my ritual circle somewhere 13, 14. And that's when I really started getting really serious about my practice. Um, and really started reading the cards more and just diving into it. And because I have been looking for my place in this world, and I have felt called to help and heal, gods, for as long as I can remember. I have wanted to help people and make people feel better and heal. And that's part of why I went into yoga and wanted to teach yoga. Because, I'm feeling really, really, really good about what I'm doing here. And it's taking my pain away. Oh my God, do you know what it could do to other people like me? And so that's what I did. And I have found now, by melding the witchcraft and the yoga together, and focusing on the meditation and the mindfulness and the self-love and the self-confidence, self-compassion, all of that, I am doing so much better mentally, spiritually, and physically than I have in years. And so here I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, You can see the t-shirt above my head here that's it technically says Namaste Witchlings because that's how I start and end everything. Um, totally jacked the word witchling from a paranormal romance author here in Seattle. But it works. I yes, I got the word from the title of her book that, and I started calling my kids that, and they have since outgrown it. But I'm going. It just popped out when I was talking about my followers one day. I'm like, they're my witchlings, and it stuck. Yes, compassion for others and yourself is medicine. It truly is. Which tarot or oracle deck would I recommend for beginners? There are a lot of beginner decks out there. Typically, you're going to start with one that's going to be a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So I would probably recommend the standard Rider-Waite. The authors are Rider and Waite. I cannot remember their first names. They were members of the Golden Dawn in England. And come to find out, the artist is a woman whose last name is Smith. And she, patriarchy, got erased from most of the information. It has only in the last 10-ish years really become known that she was the artist, and it is now the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. That is a really good deck. I have one based on it, like I said, that's really easy to grab. No, pink is not my favorite color, I promise. It's just the one that ended up being associated with the business here. But it has this, there's what the Fool on a standard Rider-Waite deck is going to look like. Rider-Waite tends to be yellow. There's a lot of yellow with it. Thank you, my love. You are the best. And this is why he is the man behind the curtain. His Google foo is strong. But that is one of the best decks to start with, for the simple reason it is the most common deck, and it will get you acquainted with the pictures, and you can start to learn that, and then branch out into something like the Cozy Witch. Well, let's see. There's Judgment. I keep grabbing Judgment. There's the Judgment. And you can see it's a very different deck art-wise.
What are some of
Sorry,
your
I'm
favorite
talking so much.
No, perfect. What are some of your favorite spiritual mythical animals like unicorns, griffins?
Unicorns, straight up, unicorns are top of the list. We're also big on dragons in this house. Phoenixes. Matter of fact, one of my kids is now named Phoenix. They chose that name for themselves. But those I think are probably my top 3. Because I know them quite well. Let's see what else. Yeah, dragons, unicorns, phoenix, kitsune. Kitsune are popular in our family as well. Those are the primary ones. Let's see what other things. Go ahead, ask more, please. Otherwise, I'll keep babbling at you.
Kelpies are awesome too.
Kelpies are awesome too. Yes. So are Selkies.
What's
Um,
that?
oh, you don't know? Oh, okay. So a Selkie is a shapeshifter of sorts. Most commonly, they are women, and they live in the water as seals. When they come on land, they shed their seal skin and then they hide it, because if someone takes that, they can't go back in the water. So if you can manage to capture a Selkie's skin, you now have a wife. They're actually, again, referring back to that author. The author is Yasmin Galenorn, by the way. She has a series, at least one, if not 3 series set in Seattle. And Selkies are one of her characters as well. Interestingly enough, I have 3 of her nonfiction. I refer to them as craft books because of the craft. She was a witchy writer first, and I have 3 of her books on that shelf right there. What else? We were
How would
talking
you
Yule.
damn,
Go ahead.
like how would you spell that? I'm sorry to ask. Selkie.
Oh, Selkie. They are, I want to say, a Celtic thing.
Can you spell it one more time? Sorry.
Selkie.
Wow. Selkie. I've never seen that word. Wow.
Yep.
That's huge. Let
Um,
me look it up.
they're
Thank
really cool. I think actually Selkies are going to be part. Oh God, I just lost her name again. It's another author, and she writes paranormal romance. And I have only recently started reading her books. She's actually a USA Today best-selling author. Cannot remember her name because she doesn't use her married name for her books, and I know her husband. I started reading her books because I'm friends with her husband. Went to high school with him. But I think she has Selkies in her books too. The whole paranormal romance genre is amazing. Paranormal romance, urban fantasy. Um, get me going because those are a couple of my autistic fascinations. They're my subjects. Oh,
Wow.
wow, synchronicities, Luna. God, those synchronicities sneak up on us. And then Wheel of the Year. Um, give me just a second. Yes, I'm wearing my PJs. Please forgive me. This is one of my favorite decks. It is called The Witch's Year, and it has cards about all of the Sabbats. I just have to get them into chronological order. Okay, so first of the year is Samhain. That is what we call Halloween. It is it marks the end of the harvest and the beginning of the dark time of the year. Then we come to the winter solstice, which is Yule. Um, and we all know what Yule. Well, actually, let me see. The shortest day, plants are dormant, a time of stillness, rest, and recuperation. It is the dead of midwinter. Let's see. And then Imbolc is next. Imbolc is a fire festival, typically celebrated the 2nd of February. It's also called Bridget's Day. Bridget is my patroness. That woman, that goddess tapped me on the shoulder last Christmas and said, "You're mine." Um, then we move to Ostara, which many of us call Easter. Beltane is May Day. Then we have summer solstice. There we go. Come on, where's there it is. Summer solstice, Lunasa, and Mabon. And I'm trying to remember if Mabon comes before Lunasa. Nope, it's Mabon, then Lunasa. Um, and so many Christian holidays and practices come from the pagans. I mean, hell, Christmas. Let's just take Christmas. The Christmas tree. Yep. Yep. So yes, when they converted the pagans, they absorbed the pagan holidays into the Christian holidays to make it easier for those pagans to adjust. And then things like the Christmas tree and the candles on the Christmas tree, those were very pagan things. The tinsel has pagan meaning behind it. The baubles have pagan meanings behind it. Everything up to the star on the top of the tree. Easter. How many of us growing up Christian wondered what the ever living fluff bunnies and eggs had to do with Christ rising from the dead? They don't. They're fertility um, icons because Ostara is a fertility holiday. Yes, Christmas and Easter have nothing to do with Jesus because if you read the Bible, as the shepherds watched their flocks by night, there are no flocks in the field in the middle of December, nor are there shepherds watching those flocks because it's too damned cold. So they believe, I know people have done the research. I cannot remember resources right now. I do apologize. But there are those who have studied and figured out that the chances are that Jesus was born somewhere more likely aligned with the middle of May to the middle of July. So that's kind of fun. But and then let's see, we have Halloween. Again, the Catholic Church absorbed it and twisted it. That's why we have All Souls Day and All Saints Day right there in the same time frame. Yep, pagan ceremonies turned to Christian holidays. Exactly. I am so glad I am with people who know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Um something, oh, that's what looks funny. I'm seeing something, my Oregon, okay. I'm seeing things under here. Ooh, in bulk blessings. Yes. So Imbolc is early February, and it is the Festival of Light. Yep. Oh yeah, Halloween. Oof. Yeah. Um, the flying reindeer, and the fact that they'd all be female reindeer, because male reindeer lose their antlers at that time of year. There is a post that goes around Facebook every Christmas that I absolutely love, though, and it's the veterinarians who make sure that the reindeer are taken care of on their flight around the world. It's great. But yeah, Christmas and Halloween are the bloodiest days of the year. Yup, you're not wrong.
Wait, wait, what did I do with the reindeer you said? What can you
Oh, there's a post that goes around that veterinarians have added to every year. I think it started on Reddit. This young child sent a message into an Ask a Vet forum saying, "How do the reindeer keep going all the way around the world?" I think there's 15 posts added to it last I saw. Um, with vets going, "Oh, they have a layover here, and we check them out, and we make sure that they have carrots and sugar cubes, and we give them, water to drink or warm stuff to drink so they can keep going, and we make sure that everything's taken care of, and if they have any injuries, we take care of them right there." Blah blah blah. It is so adorable. Unfortunately, I don't know where to find it because it hasn't popped up in my time hop yet. It makes me cry though because it's just so adorable. Oh, let's see. Speak on Pisces.
I'm a terrible witch. I do not know like the calendar. Like what is you said imbue?
Imbolc.
Im-
Imbolc.
Is it after Yule or is it
Yes. Imbolc is February 2nd. As I said, it's also Bridget's Day. It's a fire festival. It is the celebration of light returning. Because if you think about it, early February, the day the sun is kind of hanging out a little bit longer, and we're catching up and getting ready for the solstice that falls mid-June. There is, let's see, equinox and solstice. The equinox is when the days and nights are at their are equal, hence the equinox, equal dark. And then the solstices are either the longest day or the shortest day. I am not the astrologer. If you want an astrologer, please go find Hestia's Muse. She's all over all of the social medias. Has not updated her Facebook in a while, but she's kind of busy. She just got married late June, late June, and she is also the head witch in charge of the Spiritual Practitioners Association. Hmm. I'm gonna look that up, Unforgiven. That's kind of cool. But I am not in that good at astrology. I am not well versed. I wish. That is an awesome mule picture. See, like I said, right on up to the star at the top of the tree is a pagan practice.
Wow. Wow. So we should be celebrating and thankful and grateful like now and
Mhm. And Yule itself typically falls around the 21st, 22nd of December. Um, the returning of life, the returning festival of Renacimiento. That sounds interesting. Unfortunately, I'm also very much a white chick and don't know much about many other cultures, except Mexicans and some Russian. um, if you could drop my link tree and a link to hestiasmuse.com, that would be appreciated, babe. Merry Christmas, yes.
Maria is asking if you can speak on cancers.
Yeah, I wish. The only thing I know about cancers is my middle child and my ex-husband are cancers. And my middle child is very stereotypical cancer in thank you. Which they are very logical, very factual, but I don't know astrology at all. I know enough to know that technically as a Capricorn, I am supposed to be very mature, very intellectual, a leader and organized, and I'm going, I'm the opposite of all of that. Okay. Thank you, Sassy Paws. Okay, somebody said something that I wanted to look that I wanted to what do I think about Dia de la Muerta? I love it. I love the entire idea behind it. The just all of it. It's really freaking awesome. Um, I love the fact that the culture honors the dead. We don't forget our ancestors. We honor them, not necessarily worship them, but we venerate them. And as a practice, it's really cool. Yep, Bridget is a Celtic goddess. There is Bridget's well in I want to say it's Killarney. And Bridget is special and unique in the fact that not only is she a Celtic goddess, she is also a Catholic saint. Yes, Dia de la Muerte is a sacred day. It is not just for partying. I know a fair amount about Mexican practices because my hometown down in Oregon, you were either Mexican or Russian, and if you weren't either of those, you were probably Mormon. I was none of the above. So I learned about all three. Uh, and my Spanish is nowhere near what it used to be. I miss that.
Now, you live on the northwest coast.
Yep.
Can you speak about the whales and your magic and thinking with the whales and what you think? Because they fascinate me.
We have orcas up in this area. Um, I have actually been on the ferry coming across Puget Sound when a pod of whales swam next to the ferry. But let's see what else. What do I know about the whales? I know. Why am I envisioning that goddess whose name I can't even remember? Cheese and crackers. I can see her face. She's an Inuit goddess, and she's an Inuit water goddess. And all of the creatures of the sea have been get trapped in her hair. And I've talked about her like 7 times. But yes, the bigger mammals are considered very magical. That would be Fuzzbutt. Who surprisingly is not in here. I don't there's a lot that I don't know, and I'm very honest about the fact that I don't know it. Um, I know more about bears, spirit bears, um, but right at the moment, my mind is blanking. I love it when my brain does this. We also have a lot of, bald eagles in our area. The house I lived in on the other side of the sound, we had we had a pair that would nest in the tree across the street from us. That was when I learned that, the sound that you hear when you see an eagle on TV or in the movies, that is not the sound they actually make. They actually sound more like they chitter. They don't scream. It's kind of cool. Spirit bears in dreams, that would be dream interpretation. And for that, I would pull out my app. Um, but I do know that it means strength. Um, it's not a bad sign. That's the funny thing. So many people see things like bears or snakes or pull the death card in a tarot reading and they freak because they're like, "Oh my god, something bad's going to happen." And I'm going, it's the death card." Unless you pulled the tower card right next to it, you're good. Um because the tower card or the death card simply means it's the end of one phase and the beginning of another. That could be something as simple as you stop working here and start working there, or a graduation from hell, even kindergarten. That's the end of a phase and the beginning of a new one. That's what the death card means. Now the tower card, that's the one you need to freak out when you see too often, because the tower card usually means chaos is coming. Yeah, that was traumatic. I pulled the tower card 3 days in a row, and on the 3rd day, something really bad happened. So thank you, Sedna. But the tower card now still kinda makes me nervous. Sedna is a really cool goddess. Yep, there is no symbol, cannot be reversed. Bears are awesome. I love bears. We have a bear that lives in the area here. Seen him walk out of the blackberry brambles a couple of houses down. Him and his kitty cat friend. We have a bobcat that now lives in those blackberry brambles. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys about? I do my magic. I am a lazy witch. I will be honest. Most of my magic is candle magic because it's so easy to just set it and forget it. You get your candle, you get your herbs, you get your oil, you charge the candle, light the candle, and just sit here with it. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to worry about it. That's hilarious, Green Star. My munchkin has blue hair, and they used to be nicknamed Blueberry. Love it. Yep. Tower cards scare you. As for the one that trying to make friends with the bear, I am going to end up dying someday because I'm going to be going, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty," to the bobcat in the backyard, or the mountain lion. Yep. Cause why friend shaped if not friend? Yeah, candles and incense. This is true. Don't leave your candles unattended. Um, I something I learned yesterday at the witches market. I was thinking about offering, mini altars in a box, and I got told, "Please don't. Everybody does those." Wow, Di, you're just doing great with the speech. Everybody does those. So more what it would be better, because this particular merchant does spell jar kits. Um, is to do what I'm planning and make a pre-made spell kit, have the candles, the herbs, the stones, all of that, bundle it up in a little burlap bag that's about this big, and sell those. How do I do my spread? Well, when I am doing a full reading that is not just the $25 3 card reading, um I don't have a I have a set spread, but it's not one of the typical ones. I do 3 rows of 7 cards. And I read each row separately. So I'll read the first row and tell you what each of the cards means and then kind of work them into what the overall meaning is. Then I pull the second row, do the same thing there. Third row, same thing there. And then I take all of the together and I'm like, okay, so you got some big things coming at you, but this is a good thing that's going to come out of it. You need to watch out for this person over here, etc., etc. Because, well, I can't pull a Celtic cross. Never have been able to, and probably never will. Now, my daily draw, it's just a 3-card reading. Again, I don't do past, present, future unless I'm asked to. I just pull 3 cards and go, okay, so this is what the universe is telling me today. And usually, this is the weird part. 99 times out of 100, when I pull the 3 tarot cards and the 3 oracle cards, they all correspond and they're telling one single message, which is just so cool to me because I have seen other readers do similar and they don't mesh. It's like they're 2 separate readings and mine just all kind of play together. And then there are days when I'll grab things like I have the Cozy Witch Tarot deck and the Chubby Witch's Night in Oracle deck, and they are by the same author and not the same artist. But they've got the same author, and I love the fact that they have the same author and so they work together. More often than not, when I'm using these together, or she has another. She Make Your Own Magic is her other oracle deck. Though they work really well together. Yes, I am such a lazy witch. Moonwater, my favorite moonwater that I have done. My youngest's 19th birthday. He has a summer birthday. So he and his friends were having a birthday party up at the lake. And they had a case of bottled water. It sat in the sun all day. And he's like, yeah, this is not going to be drinkable. So he brought it home and it just sat for a while. Full moon came up a couple of days later, and I'm like, hey, it's not going to get drunk. I'm making moon water out of that shit. So I took like 3 bottles of bottled water, tossed them out in the circle on the water offering tray for the full moon, gathered them up the next day, and they have been sitting in my altar since. And I use them for various different spells. Between moon water and Florida water, we are golden. Do I separate by arcana? No. I just shuffle. And I generally don't worry too much because, like I said, daily draw is 3 cards. I don't worry too much unless I pull 3 that are all major arcana, and then I'm like, obviously there is something going on for someone. Moonwater. Yeah, that does kind of sound fun. Some of the moon water I've made that was not, melted plastic water, I will add it to my coffee or when I'm making tea or hot cocoa. I love drinking it. The melted plastic water gets poured into a bath or that when I need a little bit more charge. It's great. I don't do a whole lot of incense, which I kind of hate. Because, well, I love smelly stuff, but living in a house full of asthmatics and people with severe allergies, it's not exactly feasible. And something that really sucks is imagine being a witch who is allergic to sage. That was such a bummer. Oh, are you sure they're talking about him, though? Because if they're telling you that he loves you, but he's being really quiet, either he is holding back because there's something going on that he's not sure about, or they're talking about somebody else entirely. Example from me, I was sitting at a table with my, at the time, boyfriend, another friend, and another friend. This friend is the one that's really important. I'm sitting here facing boyfriend, reading him, and this friend, every time I pull a card, boyfriend's going, "No, that doesn't really apply to me," and this one's going grumbling. I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Just no, don't worry about it." And because I'd ask if he wanted me to read him. Oh, no, 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 no. Cards don't, nobody's able to read me with the cards. It just doesn't work. 3 days later, after boyfriend tells me very firmly that didn't apply to me at all, this one comes over to the house, comes storming in, and starts swearing at me about my cards. And I'm like, what? I freaking advanced and I didn't want to advance. I'm getting out of the Navy. I didn't want to make second class. And I'm like, thought you said the cards couldn't read you. He was not happy. That is my most recent ex-husband. What else am I allergic to? Oh, dear Lord. A lot. Timothy Hay being one of them. Timothy Grass. That was unpleasant. I have a lot of allergies. And then on top of that,
Who's
I have
Who's Timothy Hay?
well, the reason Timothy Hay sticks in my head, aside from the fact the welt got to be that big and lasted for like 2 months, we had rabbits at one point that we fed Timothy Hay. My son's allergies are the same as mine, but worse. So, and he was the one that got charged with taking care of the bunnies. I have apologized to him so many
Vampy.
times. But
Hey, what's up? This is my friend Kiki.
hello, Kiki.
Oh
What are
my
you-
God. How is this working right now? This is freaky. What the hell? Oh my
So,
God.
This is
Okay.
my
Well, at
little-
least I know that she did really read my message. I was like, what the hell?
I'm psychic. Didn't you know that? Oh, wait. I actually am somewhat, but yeah.
This is wild. What is happening?
Restream is awesome.
So Vampy is on live on YouTube and she's streaming your live and you can see her messages.
I am actually in her Restream studio right now. She gave me the link. Probably the same link you clicked. Restream is
Okay.
awesome.
All right, I'm gonna go back
I
down.
kind of miss using Restream. Okay, somebody asked what else I'm allergic to.
Wait. Do you have any questions? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hit me with a
Well,
question.
I guess back to what I actually said was that I was pulling, like, when I was looking at my cards and stuff, even different decks, it kind of kept stuff was coming up about like love and engagement and stuff about this relationship. And I was like, okay, well, he seems to be just chilling. So I don't know. I kind of lost the trust for my cards. So
They're
I
not
guess my
talking about
question
him.
is, huh?
They're not talking about him. There's somebody else. Don't ask me how I know this. That's just my I have this it's screaming at me.
Okay.
They're talking about somebody else, but I don't know who it is.
I don't either.
Oh, great. Annie's not even being any help. Fine, go away, woman. I have a couple of spirit guides. And they frequently tell me shit too, so and she's one of them, the one that's most commonly here, it just went suspiciously silent.
Okay, so can you tell me more about the love that I keep seeing in my cards, I guess?
I'm looking. Dark hair. That's the first thing I see. Not short, but not super tall, so probably I want to say between 5'8" and 5'10". That's the feeling I'm getting.
Okay.
Generous. This is a man who's generous, and I don't think it's necessarily with money. He's generous with time and compliments and acts of service and things like that. I
Okay.
don't think you know him though. I don't think he's stumbled into your life yet.
Oh, that's cute.
And And your cards have been telling you this for like either the last 3 weeks or the last 3 months. The number 3 is there somewhere.
It might have been 3 months by now.
Yep, that's I was gonna say 3 months first, so okay, that makes me feel better. You started hearing it late September?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because that
Yep,
actually wasn't that long ago. Yeah.
yep. The number 3 is really screaming at me. Why?
I don't know.
Who in your life is the football fan?
He would really be the only one. This one guy would actually be the only one that's like a big football fan.
Because I'm seeing Russell Wilson's jersey.
You said Russell Wilson's jersey?
Russell Wilson was number 3 for the Seahawks. And
Hmm.
I have a Russell Wilson 3 jersey hanging in my closet that's mine. So it would make
Wow.
sense that they're showing that to me. And I'm not sure if it's that the person is a football fan or the number 3 has something to do with it, but I'm very clearly seeing that.
Is this person from New York?
I'm not sure if it's New York, but definitely has a New England flavor. I say flavor because I can't put a word to exactly what it is.
Okay.
Vibe, flavor,
Hmm.
thing. Definitely New Englander, but not from Maine. And I know New York isn't necessarily considered New England, but it's that area, northeastern United States.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can
Not
see that.
they're not from Jersey. They're not from New York City. Might be upstate.
Hmm. Okay.
Mind you, I don't know how accurate I am when I'm doing things like this. I haven't done it in a while, so I'm kind of out of practice, but
Well, Vampy, thank you for having me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to to just crash in, but when I heard you read what I literally just typed, I was like, "What the hell?"
oh, it's in there.
Tripped me out.
Hold on. Come here, my little friend.
Are you doing well? Good to hear from you.
All right. Y'all got me curious now. I want to see how accurate I am. All right, my friend.
Thank you so much, Di. And feel free to take a break. Like if you need some spoons, mental health, to
I'm
drink.
okay. Oh, wow. It's actually going to cooperate. Okay, show me yes. Show me no. Yes. All right. Does she know the man the cards are talking about yet? Okay, that's a no.
Hmm.
Is he from... I haven't even finished asking the question, damn it. Does the number 3 play into this? Okay. Again, yes. Is she going to meet him soon? That's a very emphatic yes. So.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, wow. I haven't used my pendulum in a while. And I'm shocked it worked. Holy cow. So it's a standing joke with us that my pendulums don't usually work unless Fuzzbutt says they can. Familiars are going to familiar, right? But he blessed this one a few weeks ago, and apparently it's still cooperating. Yay.
I love your Lisa Frank back there on your chair.
Oh, yeah. I was a huge Lisa Frank fan when I was in high school. And when I found this, I'm like, I got to have it. I love it.
You have to be a Lisa Frank fan. I mean, it's beautiful colors and cute little animals. Like,
oh, yeah. And God, I had the 3-ring binder that said I love to shop.
oh yeah.
And all of my folders that year were also Lisa Frank. God, that was sophomore year. Oh my God, I feel old. I still have my 3-ring zipper binder from my junior and senior years of high school. And even better, not only do I still have it, it survived 2 other kids going through high school.
Oh, wow.
My oldest and my middle both used it for high school.
Oh, wow.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually, I could lay hands on it if I wanted to. I keep that thing close. Heh. I was gonna say something else. Oh, and then Yule. I love Yule. Yule is going to be so much fun. But I can't remember what I was gonna say about it, so brain is not braining. The other things I've been doing, I am making Christmas presents this year. Yep, oracles and tarot decks are completely different. So I'm gonna run with that. I showed you the Rider-Waite deck, and oracle decks can be anything from like this deck. This is the Seasons of the Witch Yule, with yesterday's card was Wise Men. This one's awesome. We have self-care. If not me, then who? To tend to a wholeness, the parts in which surrender thy pulse for a heart that's nearer than any other. So that's what these cards are like. My daily deck has one word to a short phrase, such as detours or detour. Some people never change. You love me. That one always makes me want to pretend I'm Sally Field at the Oscars. You love me. You really love me. And things like that. And that deck gets scary. After we lost my granddaughter, God, 2 years ago. Doesn't feel like it's been that long. She was communicating through my oracle deck. And I actually had to put that deck away for a week so that she would stop. Because, yeah, she was creeping me and her aunt out very much badly. But tarot decks and oracle decks are completely different. And as I was saying with this one, this is Amanda Lovelace's Chubby Witch's Night In. You have regular silly art, well, not silly, but thematic artwork, as opposed to the tarot cards, which you're pretty much going to get the same artwork deck to deck. It's going to be very similar because of the fact the cards are kind of set. I mean, you have the Fool, the Magician, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, the High Priest, the Wheel of the Wheel of Time, I think it is, or it's the Wheel, the Chariot. Oh, so that's about half of your major arcana. And well, when that's what the name is, it kind of limits you as to what your cards are going to be. So the pictures tend to stay along those lines. And then you get like this, the Cozy Witch deck. She has veered off with a few of them. The Death card is one of them. But I can't remember. Let's see. High Priestess, the Empress, the Hierophant, the Magician. Okay, this one, starting with the Fool, 0. That one is the Cozy Witch in this deck. So you're kind of limited on the artwork, but it gets kind of interesting. And the different interpretations. Hell, I have a cannabis tarot and oracle deck that is equally as accurate as these. Oh, the Cozy Witch. It is Amanda Lovelace, and the artwork is Janina Medeiros. There's the book from it. And you can see that she herself is not a skinny witch there. And Amanda Lovelace decided when she did the next oracle deck, because Make Your Own Magic came first, she noticed as a bigger woman that bigger witches aren't necessarily, shown, represented. That is true. And so she wanted to make a deck for those of us who are a little bit bigger. Hence, the Chubby Witches Night In was born. Isn't it? And she has the Cozy Witch. There's a coloring book that goes with this deck. The tarot deck is called the Pot Tarot. And I can't say the Oracle deck easily enough. But yes, they are. Oh, God. I got to show you. If you guys don't stop me, I'm going to talk to you for like 3 hours about this shit. Hi, over you. Good boy.
Fine. Absolutely fine.
Okay, coming back over to it. Oh, you're such a good dog. It is the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. Oh my God, look at the colors. The inside is just like it. That's the box. I don't think I've used this deck yet, but this is the oracles. And Vry is freedom, manifestor is creation. Oh, the witch doctor. I love these decks. I've mentioned Make Your Own Magic 3 times now, so I figured since I was standing there, I'd grab it. Look at how it closes! Welcome to my brain, Aquina. I am so sorry. I got it on Amazon. I am currently not recommending Amazon much, but if you want a link to it, let me know. Let the man behind the curtain know. Technomancer, by the way. So here is the other Oracle deck from Amanda Lovelace, the Believe in Your Own Magic. I mean, look at the witches on the back of the book. I love her. I mean, my kids used to, well, they still do play Magic and occasionally Yu-Gi-Oh! I would steal cards out of their decks because I liked the artwork. I have stopped collecting Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and I now collect Tarot and Oracle decks. I love my weed decks. The very first person I ever read that wasn't immediate family or chosen family was a friend from high school. And I know he's a smoker, so I'm like, this will be good to use for you. And well, it was a really accurate reading, and it pointed out a few things to him, and he completely changed his life. It was impressive. He said, Luna. Oh, that's why. Hi, are you coming in for dinner? You coming to tell me it's dinner time? It's Luna. Oh, and I'm going to let you guys go because if I don't go feed them, she will have a fit. But gotta introduce you to the baby. Come here. Come say hi. You know you want to. The star of my show. Yip, yip. Come on. Good boy. Say hi to Tookers. Oh my God. My kids would have loved that. Not your baby. Hi, handsome. You want some dinner? All right. Go get sister. Go find Sergeant and Fuzzbutt. All right. Oh, you know what? It might be the same author. I think it is. Oh. What? It's a sergeant. I didn't know sergeant wasn't my. Uh-oh. I've got all 3 of the dogs. No. Hi. What are we doing? They want food. You want to go, sweetheart? I cannot feed you if you're in my lap. You do remember this, right? All right, go get him. All right, y'all. See, I'm trying to get Luna to come say hi for Luna's blade. Hey, come here, puppy girl. She looked at me and turned to walk the other way. Bitch. But yes, it may be Amanda who wrote the book Drinking Coffee with a Ghost. I know she has some poetry books. I have one of them sitting here, but I would knock like 5 things over grabbing it. So I would love to chat more. I will probably pop back into the chat later, but I need to go feed these heathens before they revolt.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Trust me, I will info dump on you about tarot cards and witchy stuff all day if I have the opportunity.
Yeah.
I am, however, creating all of my content. If you want to know more about me, there's the link tree, and I have 3 different blogs. I have Substack, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, Tumblr. I am everywhere. I hope you guys.
Everyone's loving it. This was such a breath of fresh air of knowledge, and wisdom. Thank you for being here.
I love sharing knowledge. Thank you guys, and as I always say, remember that you are loved, wanted, and needed. You do have a purpose. And please, spread love, joy, and kindness. There is enough hate and discontent out here. And I will see you guys later.
Thank you. Oh,
Bye, guys.